Triple H, I'm incompetent. I ruined John Cena's career. I make the entire roster feel like not much. I don't do stories. This is part 4 of Triple H and TKO. No, my fault. This is part 4 of the incompetence of Triple H and the TKO. Dun, dun. Yes. Already got part 3, 2, 1. Might make it part 0. So, let's get straight to it. Where do we start? He has a part-time issue. Why is AJ Lee part-time? That's just incompetent in itself. This girl was never that big of a star, bro. This isn't like Becky Lynch coming back for after 10 years. And like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the Becky Lynch of now, all the shit Becky Lynch did. Let's just say she left at WrestleMania 35 and just not come. That'd be totally different. You know what I'm saying? AJ Lee was decent. She was cool. She did stand out. I did like AJ Lee to some degree. But Paige was better. Not by far. That's not really saying much, but Paige was better. But she wasn't that good because she went to AEW and had one of the worst wrestling runs ever. But AJ Lee left at the peak of her career. Shouldn't she be getting her feet wet with these newer girls? That's like, when she was doing her thing, there was only a few girls that actually put on matches. It was Caitlyn, the big muscle bound bitch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, her and Caitlyn was the only one that was really doing like good, decent matches. Then her and Paige start actually doing good, decent matches. It wasn't that. And then you had Naomi. You know, she was like the most athletic girl since forever. You had Natalya. But the roster wasn't picking up on women's wrestling like that. So why the fuck is she part-time so much? She's not like she's not CM Punk. It's like, because she married to the nigga that you think she's like on the same level as CM Punk or something? Yeah, come on, bro. The part-time issue is Brock Lesnar. You know, why not bring back Lesnar without a goal? Do you want to be a champion? Why did he attack Cena again? Why did he attack Cody Rhodes 2 years ago? You know, I don't know. Like, that's how you know the booking changed when Triple H took over, because it's just like it's more questions than answers with a lot of his booking. He just wants you to put scenarios together because you know you're going to defend him if you're a Duddy Shield. You know, so it's like, but like, y'all get on Tony Khan bumper for doing this same shit. Here Triple H got 30-something years experience in the business, the biggest business. He don't know nothing. He don't know how to do any of this. That's how he come off. But here Tony Khan only doing 6 years, making mistakes and learning. Y'all, see, he don't know what he's doing. AEW need to go out of business. But here, Triple H is doing the same shit. And it's more, it falls on him worse because you're the WWE. We expect greatness much as you can get it. Not perfect, but greatness. And the things you could be doing with Brock could be greatness. But no, Brock joins War Games for no reason. That War Games literally was just no reason. No rhyme or reason for it to happen. And they're boring and extremely toned down and tamed. It's like, dude, come on. Incompetence, bro. That should be the one time a nigga bleed, bro. I think CM Punk was bleeding. But it should have been a few people looking like hell. That should be the one time y'all should turn up, dude. Come on, man. That should be that one time y'all get a little violent. Like, damn, War Games. When you think of war, you think of bloodshed. That's just how it goes. Sorry, not sorry. Let's talk about this horrible women's division. This horrible tag team women's division. This horrible mid-card and world title. Jade Cargill wins the championship a little too late. You kind of already ruined her mystique and her dominance levels. But yeah, she the champ, cool, but no opponents. She got to attack the mid-card champ. That's a heel. You got her going against B-Fab. Which the problem is, maybe if B-Fab had an identity, it wouldn't be that bad. That's the issue here. Maybe if B-Fab was allowed to be entertaining, have a storyline, maybe you would have a roster of girls that people actually give a fuck about. And you wonder why this meat chin experience that you kept trying to do with the Women's United States title did not work. Chelsea Green did everything she could to get this girl over. No. Everybody's personal, real-life attitude, personality is not fun. She's obviously one of them. She's not fun. She's trying to be, but dude, you got to give people something outside of their comfort zone sometime, bro. And sometimes that might be the breaking point for them. Something that's completely, it is not making them uncomfortable. I'm just talking about get them out of their comfort zone. Because today, now, is just be yourself. No. This is why the roster feels the way it feels. Nobody's theatrical. Nobody's an amplified version of themselves, at least. Nobody in today's time feels like nobody wants to look like an asshole anymore. You had people back then that was willing. You wonder why it was so entertaining. We're talking about it today. Al Snow and Boss Man, Takumi Shinoku, all these different people you can name back in the 90s and the early 2000s. All these different gimmicks, Boogeyman. None of that type of shit is happening today. And this is why the business looked the way it do in the duty. All the champions don't have no contenders. Cody is literally have no contenders. If he beat Drew McIntyre a third time, which is very possible and most likely to happen, then what? You might as well draft from the Raw because he literally don't have no opponents. This is how bad everybody's being booked. This is how incompetent the booking is. Nothing makes sense. Nothing adds up. Did I mention Bronson Reed beat Roman Reigns and we all completely forgot that even happened? Because have they pushed Bronson Reed for that? Has Bronson Reed got a push for beating the face of the company? Clean. It was a hardcore match, so it was clean. He didn't get anything for that. He didn't even get a strong spot in the War Games match. Roman Reigns did a Superman punch to his ass. He was out of the picture. Roman was worried about Brock, CM Punk, and Cody. But Bronson Reed beat him. So what was the point? No plan. Oh, goodness. No plans. No plans. Oh, shit. Did I mention the John Cena debacle? The disrespect? That man didn't even get a farewell speech. You had all that time to show him a video package that was like an extra 2 or 3 minutes. He raised the titles. That was like an extra 5-6 minutes. The whole ring surround. He couldn't talk. He couldn't talk. Incompetent as fuck, bro. John Cena couldn't tell the fans thank you. Blah, 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 blah. You had all that time to do all this other shit, but you couldn't talk. You already did that to Goldberg, another legend that transcended the business. All you marks can hate on Goldberg. Goldberg is one of the biggest stars around the hottest moment of wrestling, the hottest period of wrestling. He was one of the biggest stars of that time. Yeah. What are you talking about? He definitely deserved 10 minutes of a speech. The fuck out of here, bro. Then John Cena don't even get to talk. Oh, did I mention you had John Cena tap out? But he said he never give up, huh? Triple H, man, he know what he was doing. That's why I said Triple H is the greatest heel of all time. Triple H is booking, not Paul Levesque. Triple H is booking. Triple H is booking as if he's still the Triple H character. He's not booking like a business guy. Oh, he's over. The crowd like him. Let's try him. Let's experiment with him. He's not doing that. He's playing it safe. Everything is super sanitized. Everything is just moments. Pretty much wrestling. Triple H has turned WWE. He's turning to WWE. And TKO is turning WWE into TikTok. It's all about content. It's all about dopamine. It's all about shock, viral moments. Karrion Kross exposed this. This is why they haven't called his ass back. He exposed this. It's about viral moments. It's not about the energy, the love, the emotion, the drive, all the shit that made wrestling great for so many years. It's not about that anymore. It's just content now because they have all that lineage. They have all that legacy. That's why we can bring that legacy back. Stone Cold, if we want to call him back. Undertaker, if we want to call him back. That's why we have a nostalgia problem. Incompetence. I still do stand that he's building stars. And I know a lot of people will be like, how's he? Dude, it's called building. It don't happen overnight. You can't say he's not building Braun Breaker. You can't say he's not building Braun Serene. If it was a stop and start, because he should be getting a title just for beating Roman. Not the world title, but damn well he should be. See, more incompetence. But I'm still going to stand on he's building stars because he do got favorites, whether you like him or not. He obviously favored Braun Breaker, Braun Serene, Tiffany Stratton. He just made Johnny Cargill champ. Dom Mysterio. Those are 5 new stars. I ain't talking about Liv Morgan has already been here. She already been here. She already had championships. This is probably just the best version of her, obviously. But she's not new. Dom and all these people I just named are new. So he's building stars. Check if I too. He's building stars, so I still stand on that. Hopefully Obafemi. But I'm gonna say this though, man. He's still incompetent as fuck. Because even with those stars, he's not channeling their strengths. He's trying to. This is really the WWE just moniker, the whole WWE system. It's a pyramid scheme. They just, if you was hot somewhere else, they're gonna sponge you out. They're gonna suck you dry of that shit and make you mediocre and normal as their roster. They're gonna limit you down. That's what they did to Jade Cargill. They even did that to Cody. Think about it. Cody lost the WrestleMania 39. Although it was a hell of a way to build him back up. But then, that's how I just felt. They didn't just go with him just being extremely hot already. They cool you down for a minute. But Triple H, he put you in the freezer. Cody Rhodes' WWE Championship is a prime example of he don't know how to book champions. Did I mention the women's mid-card titles? Oh, funny. You want to copy AEW having a women's mid-card title, but you booked it worse than them. They're not even booking the women's mid-card title bad because Mercedes Goat Nay, a lot of y'all hate, she's making that title look even bigger. She's defended at least about 20 times, more than Cody Rhodes did his first title run. Facts. That's literally a fact. She literally defended it like 20-something times when he was champ. He only had, 10 title defenses? And half of them was against the same people? Yeah, stop that. And we're having another run. He already don't have no opponents. No one's getting built up. Because we want to be a sport. We want to act like this is a sport. And you wonder why the product is getting record lows. Because you're insulting people's intelligence, trying to make people think this is a fucking sport, bro. We want to be entertained. We want to see storylines and stories. Nobody has a storyline. Only his favorites got storylines to some degree. Dom is basically Eddie Guerrero, but he's original, somewhat. He's the bad boy kid. I like what they did, him going to jail for a weekend. But he's disrespectful to his real-life father. He was real disrespectful. He's the snobby, bratty kid. That's literally his whole thing. I'm not saying it's original, but it's working. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. He's one of them. But, all right, what about Chelsea Green? She's a character within herself. She's entertaining, all the other good shit, right? So you got a small section. I guess Aleister Black, Malachi Black, he's demonic, he's satanic, right? Whatever the case may be. They do little things with him here and there. He haven't shot the mist in nobody's eyes yet and turned them dark. I ain't seen that yet. I don't know if they're still doing that, right? Because I heard that they said they're shying away from gimmicks like that, which I just think is a bad idea. Incompetence. This is wrestling, dude. I don't know what. You can't convince You can't convince my 2-year-old niece that this is a real sport, bro. She can tell the difference. Dude, we're living in an age where the secret's out. Like, the cat is out of the bag, my G. Like, what are you talking about? I feel like you're embarrassing yourself doing that shit. It comes off as cringe. You're trying to make it seem like this is like you trying to convince people like this is a real sport, bro. It comes off as cringe. Think about it. Another thing, this is like 2 years ago, but he really thought Shayna Baszler was gonna get over having a MMA/wrestling fight against Ronda. If they're gonna fight, let them actually fight. You know what I'm saying? I hate when wrestlers do that shit. It's stupid. You might as well actually let them fucking fight. It don't make sense to not let them really fight then. You can still control the outcome. Just be like, all right, well, y'all can really fight, but I need you to go over. So don't knock her out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. That's why you just need to leave that type of shit alone, right? He ain't did it in a while. But I don't put it past him doing something that stupid again. You know, R-Truth gets over. Karen Cross, LA Knight. Carmelo Hayes look like he's getting over, so he might be in trouble. You know, like, it's just, I don't understand the WWE anymore. Incompetence is through the roof with this company, this TKO. It's not WWE. This is TKO WWE. Just how we used to say ECW WWE. I mean, WWE ECW. Because we know that wasn't ECW. That was WWE ECW. This is TKO WWE. Literally. This is not the WWE. This is literally about how to gain revenue. Did I mention the ticket prices is incompetence with itself? Are you trying to make sure nobody shows up? All because the lime green shirt nigga got cash to wipe his ass. Everybody don't, bro. To spend that type of bread. Everybody don't got that type of bread. But damn, what? Oh, so this is for the higher citizens now only? You don't want to grow your audience by having everybody you can possibly get to the shows, everybody you possibly get to watch? That's why racial booking is a problem. You should please book Obafemi. I do like the showing, but do not tease me. Obafemi get a good showing to against WWE champ, but then a year later, by the time he already showed up, a year later, he's normal as fuck or barely even on the show. Because I still can't figure out how Omos is not even a thing. Omos not being used. I don't like that, man. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. Nah. Why aren't you using Omos is just insane to me. Until that change, that's going to stay in the level of incompetence in TKO and the WWE and Triple H. It's going to stay like that because Omos is a no-brainer. And I feel like Obafemi is a no-brainer. I feel like pushing anyone that you can push is a no-brainer. Why has it got to be this pyramid scheme that's been going on since the PG era? See, this is a level of incompetence that just stretches. But Triple H is no different than Vince. He's keeping the same level of incompetence Vince McMahon had. People get organically over, we're going to punish them. We're going to give them a little high spot, then just drop the angle. For nothing. R-Truth whole movement just died. He's back to the goofball. That's why you can hear in the fans' voice, they're kind of like, oh, damn. Maybe we shouldn't have cheered for him. Maybe we should have let him fire him. If they wasn't going to bring him back and do shit with him. Go through all that and did nothing with him. Did I got to even mention the New Day? You had so many high angles coming from 2024 and 2025. Do I got to mention the first Raw on Netflix? You just completely buried the Final Boss character. Completely buried. I think that was The Rock, though. That was The Rock giving his pink slip. He was like, I'm out. Fuck y'all niggas. I'm out of here. He was like, yeah, I see where this is going. And he said it himself. What was the nigga name? Emmanuel Ari or something? The dude, the head boss? He called Rock, said, hey, we want elimination. We need to sell tickets for Elimination Chamber. Bro, I'm telling you, that was The Rock all day. He was like, I'm not doing this Roman shit. I'm over it. I'm out. I'm going to do this Cody shit with Elimination Chamber, then I'm out. That was The Rock. And Triple H couldn't do shit about that one. But he's still incompetent. Because on Unreal, he wanted to involve The Rock all in the situation of turning John Cena heel. Did I mention how incompetent that was? And it went nowhere. He just turned to a good guy on a random SmackDown. Boy. Did I say he tapped out? Yeah. Oh, did Gunther really get over, or did Triple H get more over? Who was more the heel this night, Saturday? Because it looked like Triple H was getting booed out of the building. But that's Triple H ego. Another incompetent situation with Triple H. His ego is out of fucking control. He puts himself on the WrestleMania covers. Now, John Cena's retirement tour, he comes out there, right? Stealing all the heat away from Gunther. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Triple H, he shared the ring with John Cena. Trust me, Triple H ain't got over it. Triple H has not gotten over it. He was never a Triple H guy. Batista was. Randy Orton was. He liked them. I think he liked Batista more, though. But John Cena was a Vince guy all the way. It's ironic his run was fucking horrendous because of Triple H. Y'all think that's by coincidence? Nah. No, I don't. He even tried to throw John Cena under the bus talking about he's writing his own story. Yeah, he don't want to take the heat for how bad it was getting and how bad it is. But like I said, y'all most y'all probably be like, well, he had a ring, he shared the ring with Triple H. Yeah, but dude, you're the boss now. And I don't know if y'all noticed, he's a part of every fucking big moment. You could go on the internet, let somebody win the world title. Here's his big, gigantic nose pointing his raggedy ass fingers at people. Why? Is that a thing, dude? Who the fuck did this dude think he is? Oh, yeah, you gotta take a picture with Triple H. The fuck out of here. Dana White is not around like that. Vince was never around like that. Tony Khan is not around like that. Yeah. Tony Khan don't make nothing about himself. Did Tony Khan go out there when Swerve won the title, the first black champ? No, he didn't. Did Tony Khan go out there when Daniel Bryan won the title? I ain't never seen Tony Khan barely come out to anything, as it should be, bro. In case you're a character on TV. This is why Triple H need to be a character on TV, bro. He was laughing at the crowd, booing him out the building. He's Triple H. He's not Paul Levesque, bro. He don't know how to separate the two. He has a personality disorder. He's literally Triple H when he's in that building. He's Paul Levesque when he at home. When he's being called dad and shit like that. He's Triple H in his building, dude. See, unlike Bret Hart, he's just not expressing how mad and bitter and angry he is. The fact he can't put on those boots no more. He's taking out on this booking, bro. And I literally got a theory. It is alleged. I just really feel like Triple H is booking everyone like shit. He's not booking no one good as he ever was or even remotely close. And really, to be honest, though, I don't think he's even creative enough to do it. And a lot of people defend him about he used to book real good at NXT Black and Gold. But let me tell you the truth about Black and Gold NXT. Okay? Black and Gold NXT crowd is no different from the NXT crowd right now. It was a niche audience. That audience watched everything. This is why Nakamura got a big reaction when he showed up. He wouldn't have got that reaction on SmackDown or Raw. I'm just telling you the truth. Hence why we fast forward to the modern day, he thought he can bring in TNA legends, Motor City Machine Guns, and thought they was going to get a reaction. They didn't. The crowd didn't know who the fuck they were. They still don't get good reactions. But this is the Reconstruction era. They're trying to reconstruct the fans to accept mediocre. Less stories, more action, and that's not wrestling, bro. This is why This is why WWE sucks so bad. They're being something they can't, which is a sport. Less action, less stories and storylines. We're gonna do more action, or we're gonna have good matches, bro. But y'all get on AEW's bumper for having banger good matches. Oh, it's not just about banger matches, bro. Tell stories. Dude, he ain't telling stories either. What was the story with John Cena and Gunther? Honestly, what was the story? That John Cena retiring is not a story. That's a fact. There was no promo. There was no feud. There was no heat. Nothing. And then Gunther heat got taken away from him because Triple H can't keep his nose out of nothing. He could have showed the package without being there. Somebody could have went in the ring and told him that. And one last thing, this 2-night pay-per-view shit is dumb. Why is SummerSlam 2 nights? Why? Next thing you know, Royal Rumble gonna be 2 nights. So we're gonna have 4 Royal Rumbles or something? Come on, dude. So everybody can just be a top star today without actually doing top star shit. So everybody can say I made event at WrestleMania. Because they lie and being delusional. Oh, yeah, night 1 WrestleMania is the main event. No, the fuck it's not. That's the middle of the card. That's the middle of the card to the next one. What are you talking about? How is that the main event? 2 nights. That's fucking stupid, bro. WrestleMania should be made for the greats, the best. You didn't make it on that card. That's simple. It's proof y'all can't do it. WrestleMania 40 was the most thrown together WrestleMania I literally ever seen. There were so many matches that was just thrown on there a week later, 2 weeks later. No build-up. Half of these matches had no build-up. Tell me if I'm wrong. 2 nights is stupid. 2 nights is over-exaggerated. Everybody don't deserve to be on these mega cards. This is what I'm saying. The incompetence level is through the roof. Less live shows. So now people don't have to be all in and getting their craft right, like Seth Rollins said. Nobody has to really work anymore. You just a guaranteed check and you wonder why it just looked like whatever. Nobody has to be entertained anymore. Everybody gets to be themselves. It ain't going to stop, man. Part 5 will be coming because the incompetence ain't going to stop. Hopefully 2026 is a way better year. Well, who knows? Who knows? The incompetence of Triple H and the TKO, we are out.